Well, this looks like it's going to be a short broadcast. I have no idea if my audio is working. Let me get over to the other page and find out if the audio starts working. Well, gotta wait just a minute. I'm going to read off a few news things of what's happening right now. As you can see over here, there is a large coronal hole thing. Broadcast. I have no idea. Okay. That tells me I'm not sounding like a chipmunk. Anyway, we got some these coronal holes, how would you say, are highly magnetic or have a lot of gravity flux in it. And when it's pointing toward us, we get an increased chance of earthquakes. So this is got a big old hole pointing right towards us. So there's a good chance there might be an earthquake somewhere tomorrow. Don't know if it's going to be groundbreaking. Well, it might be groundbreaking for somebody. Hopefully it doesn't, earthquake doesn't swallow my house up. Let's see. Okay, I have to get to, you have to excuse me, I am using, there. Now I've got a pointer. Okay, so we've got the coronal things, planet. I think this is an exaggeration because it looks like it's got either a star filter over the lens or something. Screen filter will do that. Put a pair of pantyhose over the long lens. You can get that same effect. Okay, let's see. What else is going on here? Today, Iran reportedly finds uranium. Okay, let's look on the page 2. That's might be where we find the headlines. Officer Door, Russia warns. Oh, we're gotta go out and find a new front to mess with Russia on. Wasn't enough to do it over in the Crimea. We're gonna do it in Syria. What has Assad done that bad? I mean, he wasn't no worse than Saddam Hussein. And at least when Saddam Hussein was there, they had order. Everybody in Iraq wasn't running amok like they are now. But anyway, Assad was at least holding Syria together. So I don't know why we're all bent out of shape about getting him thrown all out of office. I just don't think I have a good idea what it is, but it would be racist to say what Assad probably thinks. What Assad probably thinks of Obama. That's probably why Obama hates Assad, because Assad probably had a few racist remarks to make to our president, and therefore, it's like, oh, see, we'll see about that. Anyway, let's see what else is going on here. Describing. Like I said, this is going to be a fairly short webcast. None of the other people that were supposed to be here showed up. So, Carlos, Mindy, Haas, I'm going to do this all without you. But I'm used to that. So, let's see. Phoenix highway shootings, that's always fun. Get shot at while you're driving down the road. Then, like every few years, we get some crazy person that wants to start shooting up off the highway. That's nothing new. They usually get carried away with it, and they get shot. A lot of these headlines make it look like, this is total chaos, but what most people doesn't understand is how big the world really is. The world is so big, and there's so many people in it. This is just a fraction. Just not even a percent of the people in the world are affected by all this crap going on right now, except maybe the nuclear thing. But look at Kerry there. Isn't that a trustworthy face? Anyway, let's go up here and switch on world and see what's happening in the world. Oh, crane collapsed in Mecca. Why has that been 3-day headline news? So, crane collapsed. I guess it's where it collapsed. Big deal. Canada, they're going to give you some money for the refugees, but we're not taking any more in. Yeah, I think the Europeans, since they're so quick to tell us what we should be doing, I think they should enjoy the fruits of their criticism and socialism over there, and get a good dose of their own medicine. They love to criticize the right wingers in the United States when it comes to illegal immigration here, and telling us how we should take in all the Mexicans. But when they get 30 million refugees knocking on their door, oh, it's not so funny now that the shoe's on the other foot. The Europeans don't like it now that they got 30 million refugees coming. It was all right when we got 30 million refugees. Let's see what's going on here inside the U.S. Anything major? Oh, latest screen progress against the California wildfires. As much fire has been going on, you'd think California would be burned up by now. Okay. Reports over Clinton deleted emails. Really? I mean, come on. If you can't find nothing better, I can find a lot worse things that she's done than delete emails. I mean, why? I don't see why it would be illegal for anybody working in an office that requires sensitive information to be deleted. If I wouldn't trust the government servers either, I'd have a more secure server and set my mail to auto destruct after 24 hours or something. Or as soon as I read it, they go poof, they automatically disappear. No evidence. That's the best way to do your security is just actually the best way is just don't send anything hard copy. I just don't see anything much else going on, which kind of worries me about this September thing. Knowing how most biblical prophecies go, it always starts, or begins or ends somewhere around the new and full moon. And being at the 13th is the Elul 29, which is the official end date of the Shemeta, falling on a Sunday, which I think it's over this time now. It's already Sunday in Jerusalem. That worries me because something happening like today or on the 13th that would crash the stock market on the 14th, would start to crash. That would be something catastrophic, to say the least. So, but then again, what if nothing happens in September? That would be a major thing in a way because it would cause the falling away of the church, more ridicule. Yeah, people would be saying, y'all thought everything was going to happen there. And then all of a sudden, uh, nothing happens. And so people will be pointing and ridiculing the church saying, look, you said things were going to happen in September. Nothing happened. Everything's going to be peachy keen. And that's going to cause more people to fall away. So I don't know. This is kind of weird. So I just try not to figure it out. Just don't worry about it. But other than that, there is still a bunch of crap happening in the world. We're still poking the bear. Stock market's not doing great. It's just these wild fluctuations in it. We do have a coronal hole stream pointing directly toward Earth, a big one. So I don't put anything off the books for tomorrow. It's just like September 11th. I'll give it a 50% chance of something happening and a 50% chance of nothing happening. That's my official prediction for tomorrow. There's a 50% chance of something catastrophic and a 50% chance of nothing catastrophic. Does that sound like an excellent thing? Let me see here. Okay. So there it is. It's been there's people in the room chatting, and I didn't say it. Yeah, nobody wants to come in here live with me though tonight. So I am going to probably make this a very short video today, because everything that's supposed to be happening prophecy and biblical wise will be between tomorrow, the new moon and the full moon. The full moon will be the last of the blood moons. So all the future prophecies and stuff will happen supposedly. I shouldn't say will. I should say there are increased probabilities of something happening between tomorrow, which is the 13th, and I think the blood moon is the 28th. So in between those times, I'm going to keep my head on a swivel, as I heard another feller say. Just kind of keep an eye out and watch. Just pay attention to what's going on around. That's all you can do. I mean, there's no sense panicking about it, because whatever will happen will happen. So let me see here. Where do I do this? I stop. Oh, yeah, just for heck of it. Look, I got my thinking hat on tonight. So y'all have a good one.